because
Sure.
there's something that just kind of came to mind, and you know me, I'm suffer from short attention span theater sometimes, but yeah. You know, we just played your cover of Paul McCartney's "Yesterday," and as a musician, I'm sure that you know, and as a radio man myself, there are certain groups, certain artists that it's almost impossible to pull off a decent cover, and no matter which song it is by that artist, yet you managed to really make your voice blend in as one with that guitar, and you did a nice job on that. What was your approach? What were you thinking about when you decided that I'm going to do a cover of a Beatles song?
Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. My reason for doing it was just, I don't know. It's the Beatles. It's just one of the greatest bands ever, and that song I've always just, felt something with. I kind of felt the words and just a kind of, I don't know. And we worked pretty hard on it. Played it a bunch of times until we thought it sounded good. So, I guess that's the biggest thing is it just, we kept working on it until it was, until we liked it, I guess.
You succeeded. You got a nice sound there, and you definitely did the song justice. Now, I do know, or at least I think I do from notes I have here, that you also have your own band.
Yeah. Well, I have a cover band that I play, and we just play like parties and stuff around the area. And then I also have a hard rock kind of band that's all original stuff. We're not really playing right now. It's kind of nobody's playing right now.
There's a lot of people that are, yes. Now,
right.
Into Shadow, that's the harder band, right?
Yes, yep.
No, we don't have any samples. We don't have any samples of that, but how would you compare their music to another group? Say, pick a group that you think that a listener who liked them would like your band.
You know what? I don't know. Personally, I really like Ozzy Osbourne and. I don't think it sounds like Ozzy Osbourne at all, but I like that kind of stuff, and I like.
Gotcha.
It's kind of I guess to sum it up quick is basically, I kind of wanted to take a new approach to like kind of hard rock and heavy metal, and kind of add sort of an older school sort of vibe to it as far as like how the singing is, because it's not screaming really. You can sing along to it still, even though it is very heavy.
So, Max, are you saying then that you've shown the acoustics out of you with Yesterday, but when it comes to rocking, as far as your personal tastes are concerned, are you what you might consider a metalhead? Are you into Def Leppard and Metallica and you just mentioned Ozzy, or is it going to be more mainstream like some of the more traditional 60s rockers like Inagata-Davida, Iron Butterfly, and that kind of thing?
I just really like all kinds of music, and I like rock music a lot, but I definitely actually have a soft spot for 60s, 70s rock, and I don't think that music sounds like that at all, like 60s, 70s rock, but I love that kind of stuff. It's hard to say, really. I just kind of flow with whatever is out there, and or whatever as far as the people around me.
I love it when we have a question for a guest that isn't a textbook question where they can look up and say, okay, this is how I answer that question. When you have to think about it, we know the answer comes from your heart because you don't have time to make up one. I was doing some looking through your stuff on the line. As a matter of fact, right now I've got a video up on the other screen here, which is making me very self-conscious because you look at the camera and I have to do a double take. you and the young lady that's there with you, and I'm thinking, is he talking to me? No, wait a minute, that's a video. But hi, she just waved. But you do have music
on
up
Facebook?
online. I'm sorry.
Was this on Facebook? Did you see this?
Yeah, it's one of the videos. As a matter of fact, I'll be specific. It's a May 26th post from a happy hour that you did, and it brings to mind the question I wanted to ask you. Are you doing Facebook Live and other live casts during this shutdown?
Yes, I am actually. I'm trying to do usually every Tuesday and Friday. So I used to play every, a few times a week, maybe 4 or 5 times a week. And now, I want to kind of keep my chops up a little bit, and it's hard to do that unless you're not, Yeah.
I think one of the things that's come out of this lockdown and inability to do live performances, one of the things that I really, really like is the fact that there have been more of the casual live streams where artists have done shows from their own studios or even their own living rooms. And I don't know, there's just a casual, personal feel where you almost feel like the artist is in your own living room playing just for you. And I like that. I think there's an intimacy that you can't get even in the the smaller intimate venues, as it were. And I really like that. I think there's a place for that in the future of music now that we're finding out what we can do and how to make live stream work on at any venue. And I like that. Now, before we go any further, since you are doing that, and I would like for the listeners to be able to catch you online, I'm going to first mention the fact that your name is not spelled like it sounds. And being from the area, which is there's a highly concentrated population of Italians there, so I have run into Italian spellings before. And Max's first name you probably won't have a problem spelling, but his last name is Scialdone, Scialdone. And Max, I'll let you tell them where they can find you online, including Facebook.
You could find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, SoundCloud. Spotify. I'm on there. I got. I actually have about 5. There's about 5 albums on there that I've done, like my own material that are on there. As far as I got myself, I got a solo album, and I got, and then 3 other rock bands that I have been in over the time that put music on there.
Awesome, that's good. I love it when my guests have places where the listeners can not only catch the music but catch some of the variety and that shows off the artist's talent and what they can do besides the 1 or 2 tracks that we get to play on here. And I want you to be sure and say hello to that young lady that's either singing with you or back up on that video. She's very cute and very distracting. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to turn the video off because it's distracting me. But seriously, though, I'm glad that you're doing the live streams. As I said, I think that's something that has been that opened up a whole new venue, as it were. I think we're going to see more artists doing that, and I really look forward to that. What is on your what's on your plans for the near future once we start opening things up again?
Well, I have a lot of dates booked, and hopefully that I just pick up right where they left off. And the biggest problem is for me during this time is not only am I not doing the gigs that are booked, but no one's booking anything new. So usually about now I'd be booking into the winter time, but no one is doing any of that either. So when it does pick up, I won't have much.
I know the feeling. It's going to take a little while to get going, get traction, and and start getting the events booked. I can understand that, and you're not going to be alone. There will probably be a tassel of wolves out there trying to grab every date they can, and I don't blame them at all. Before we let you go, I'd like to take a moment to have you tell us about this next song we're going to play. Now, we played your cover of Yesterday by the Beatles, and the next track we're going to play is a thing called In Your Eyes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This is also a cover by Peter Gabriel. This one is the first one I put out, and also I feel like I got a really, really, really good response with this one, and I was surprised. I didn't know what people would do, and I didn't know what people would think if they still love that song like I do. I mean, I love that song. It's one of those songs I hear and I never get sick of it, really. So that's what I chose. All these songs basically are songs that I'm not ever sick of, I guess, that I play,
Well, that's great.
It stay about the song.
It really helps when the artist likes the music he's playing. He's not playing something simply because the fans want to hear it or because it's the current sound or he feels he has to be commercial, that you're doing music where you really enjoy, because as we've heard so many times here on the show from so many artists, the real key to being a success in the music business is loving what you do, and then you hope that you can make a living doing it. But the important thing is to love what you do, and it sounds like you really do love what you do, and it's a great thing. Now, before we let you go, I want to tell you that we want you to keep in touch with us. We like to keep in touch and follow the artists who are on the show. You're kind of like family to us. Once you're on the show, you're part of our family, and we'd love to hear from you. I've got a page on Facebook. Well, I've got pages all over the place, but one of my pages on Facebook is a music groups page, The David Bowers Awards, and that's up there so you can post your dates, your songs, new music, rumors, anything you want to share with the people. And if you post it up there, we'll find it and post it to our other social media sites so that you can get maximum mileage out of your announcements. So I want to thank you for being here with us, for sharing the time. Say hello to Z for us. And as I said earlier, I think he's going to be on the show next week. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking. And well, just give my regards to the Mohawk Valley. I miss it. I wish we could come back and visit, but nobody's visiting anything right now. Thanks again, Max. We really appreciate you joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Max Scialdone, and this is In Your Eyes.
I get so lost sometimes. Days pass and this emptiness fills my heart. When I want to run away, I drive off in my car. But whichever